What's up, everybody, and welcome to Team Pizza Plays Wario Land 2, the first officially licensed Nintendo game we've ever put on this channel. I, of course, am Whatthefnu.
And I am waiting for the lawsuit.
Alright, so I am writing a couple tailcoats on this one. I do know a certain other huge Let's Player is going through a Wario game right now. I'm not trying to steal any of his thunder, which is why I'm not playing the original. Instead, we're going to be playing my particular favorite game of the series, which is the second one. I think it's got the best mechanics, best music, the most interesting levels, I'll say that much. Plus, I grew up with it as a kid, so I have pretty much all of it memorized. I think this is going to be a fun run-through. I also haven't had the best day in the world right now. Some of them are pretty personal details, but suffice to say, I was just in the mood for something a little bit cathartic, so here we are.
Welcome to Wario Castle, where two ninja shadows. Ah, there's the other asshole. 3 ninja shadows are about to try and steal.
What do you think those things are that they're carrying, just based off the silhouette alone? Are they crowns, pitchforks? Like, is this just the angry mob that's coming to take down Wario?
I always thought they were axes.
The whole 3 bags of treasure he had lying around in his storehouse here. Like, I know it's
levitate onto my head.
Like, I know it's Game Boy limitations. I'm not gonna rag on the game too hard for that, but you could have made it look slightly more impressive. While we're at it,
some effects that I actually do find pretty impressive in this. So are we going to go with the short path?
No, actually. Like, if the series continues, I'll show off the short path. Like, to me, Let's Plays feel a lot like adventures. The best part of them is that you're going on this big epic journey with this commentator that you like. So for now, we're gonna go the long path.
And we're going to... They do everything in their power to be irritating to Wario because reasons?
It's to slow him down so he doesn't catch up to them, presumably.
Although I do love the one way to beat this level.
Yeah, you just... Well, I guess I shouldn't spoil it. For now, we're just gonna wake Wario's ass up by pressing the A button and just hop straight into it. Oh, so they were little pokey sticks all along. Never mind.
So, now, my question, because I'm not 100%... It's like, played this, remember a lot of the gameplay, looky things, can't remember... This is the one where do you have health in this?
No, Wario is essentially immortal in this game. He can technically take damage, but all you do is lose coins, which, I mean, considering it's Wario, that's probably the worst punishment that can possibly happen. That's one thing I will say about all of the Wario games, is they do a very good job of putting you in the mindset of the character. It's like in the original Wario Land, if you die, you lose all of your coins. You can still start over from the checkpoint, but the whole point of that game is to amass so much wealth that you have a castle bigger than Mario's. Because you remember that from the original 6 golden coins, right? How that whole adventure was essentially Wario stole Mario's castle, and now you're going on an adventure to get it back from him. And then the original Wario Land was basically, well, Mario took his castle back from me, screw him, I'm just gonna build my own castle by beating up a bunch of pirates. Because video game logic.
Well, I mean, they do live in a video game world, so using real logic would probably just get them killed.
I mean, this isn't Arma 3. We can't get away with just throwing, like, battle damage and accounting for the wind. Having to fight enemies from like 200 yards away, otherwise you're at serious risk of getting killed yourself. That'd be an interesting concept, a Nintendo game with permadeath. You never know. It could happen. Like, if Breath of the Wild is anything to go by, like... Well, I want to know what you think about this. Like, is it safe to say that Breath of the Wild is kind of taking cues from other games that originally took cues from Zelda? You think?
Don't even remember with it. Remember, I'm not really up to date on new things coming out.
Okay, so essentially, Breath of the Wild at E3 this year, Link can now carry multiple weapons. In fact, some of them he can pick straight up off of enemies. Most of them have a durability setting. Let's see here. There are tons of like food items you can find in the environment. You can equip different kinds of armor if you like. Alright, so everybody, those of you who are not familiar with the game, in the original you found treasure by finding secret areas within certain levels and opening a treasure chest. Here, to open the treasure chest, you need to play a particular minigame. Now, I'm going to use a save state here just to show this off to everybody. There are 3 difficulty settings. Now, the easier difficulty settings cost more, but obviously they're easier. You can play on normal or easy. Hard isn't even worth it, and that's why I use the save state there. You're going to see why in a moment. Basically, the lock is going to come down. You need to find the panel that has this particular enemy on it. And you get a little bit of time to see which panel it is. Yeah, that's why you don't play on hard. It's like, well, I barely got any time for that. I think it's this one? No, so... Now we're going to go with what I originally would have gone with, which is easy. I'm going to try not to... I'm going to try to be morally correct about this, if you will, and not save state abuse during these situations. I want to play this game as legitly as possible. There we go, I see him. You know, since I have a co-commentator in the call with me, do you want to work together?
My ability to do that it varies from time to time, so I will try to help you on it, but...
Well, how about this? We'll split the work. Like, I'll watch the left 2 columns, I guess.
Left 4 boxes.
Yeah, I'll watch the left 4 boxes, you watch the right 4. We'll split the work, because that would be the equivalent of just, like, having a friend over, and it's like, hey, can you help me get the treasure?
I will try my best.
I knew he was going to do that, too. And yet I went for it anyway. I thought for sure there was a place where I needed to... Never mind.
Shoulder tackle. Coins.
Wario's... I kind of just hopped into this assuming everybody was already familiar with how Wario games worked, so if you haven't noticed by now, yeah, Wario's got several mechanics. He can slam his shoulder into some enemies. He can throw them, but if you charge the throw, he'll throw them even harder and they'll go splat against walls. And apparently their guts were filled with gold because they turn into coins.
Well, they are pirates.
You're a pirate, you sign this contract that says you have to go through surgery to fill your insides with treasure.
No, they just eat it. They don't have pockets. I mean, look at them. They don't even have pants.
My god, this world really does revolve around money. No wonder Wario wants it so badly.
Well, I mean, it's Mario. His life is money.
I was so disappointed by that. Like, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Like, it was all about... They introduced all of these new mechanics, like the golden flower, and the whole point of every stage was... They kept track of how many coins you had amassed over the course of that game. And Wario was not playable in it. I was so disappointed with them.
Well, back then, he was just the enemy, though. That was what, the character's second appearance?
No. New Super Mario Bros. 2, like the DS games.
Gotcha, sorry. Yeah, you're right, that does sound weird. Well, it goes back to it.
That's why I think Super Mario 3D World was received so well. Like, it gave you all those different characters to play with. Like, and they all controlled slightly differently. I can't guess it off of that, so we're gonna draw a few more here. Still can't guess it off of that.
Well, hang on. There's certain boxes you need to grab. Oh wait, you don't get to pick though.
Yeah. It's just random. This could be a 6 or an 8.
Yeah. 6.
And that means it's a 6, yeah, so...
Sometimes you
Ha-cha.
get lucky with that and can get it in, 2 other times. Yeah, boy.
There's
So
actually...
much for that treasure.
Yeah, there's actually a miracle tile. There is, if you get the top right corner... No, wait. I'm trying to remember, there's one particular number where you can get just the perfect RNG, and that one tile will tell you that this is what the number is. I think... No, it's not 0 either, because if the middle tile is empty, it could be either 0 or 1.
No, it would be the 0, but it would be the middle on the right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wait,
no,
that could also be a 1.
Middle on the left. That's it.
No, that could be... Because that could be a 7.
No, because if it's the 0, then there would be a line there. But there wouldn't be the line going across the middle that the 6 and the 8 have.
Oh, wait. I think you're right.
It'd be a sideways T... Normally you'd have a sideways T shape, which would mean a 6 or an 8. But if it's the 0, you have the line with nothing else, but there's no other number that's only on that one side.
Got it. Okay, I see where you're coming
So yeah,
from.
it's 0, left hand, middle panel.
Alright. You've solved the mystery. So this is a perfect example of what we were talking about. Wario has now been set on fire. But whereas it would damage guys like Mario, he just turns into a giant fireball that can burst through those blocks below us.
You see, he loses his money when he gets hurt. His greed is what keeps him alive. It's Mario.
I kind of take the James Rolfe position on 1-ups in the Mario world. Because it costs 100 coins to get a 1-up, right? So I think of them as like life insurance. And it also makes me think back to, what was it, Super Mario Galaxy? Where the first time you get a 1-up, it says, hey, you gain 1 additional Mario. Wait, what the hell does that mean? Is there some grand conspiracy here where Peach just has a million of them in clone chambers in a lab somewhere?
She hired a plumber when he was able to get through the death course that is the Mushroom Kingdom to reach the castle to fix the toilet. She then captured him, cloned him, and started using them as the saviors. Makes perfect sense, I love it. Alright. What happened?
I exited out because I didn't have 200 coins. You think we should try the normal here?
Yeah, why not? With 2 of us watching... Hang on a second, though. Don't do it until I... Hang on. With 2 of us watching, I gotta make sure this is as full screen as possible.
Okay.
So I can actually... Okay. With 2 of us watching, I'll take the left 4, you take the right 4.
Okay. Let's go normal. Alright. Looking for the fire guy.
I see him.
Or Fry Guy, I think his name is. Or did that come later? Got him! Top right corner here.
I was gonna say, it wasn't on my side, I know that.
Woohoo! Teamwork!
So yeah,
Air 5.
We could probably do it on normal, I'd think.
Cool, that's actually going to save me a lot of money going through, which is important, because you need as many coins as possible to get the best ending in this game. Again, going back to that whole idea of... I talked about this in a rant once, I think, how... No, it was my top 8 Wario games, where, certain mechanics can... Thematic mechanics, I think was the term I used for it, where essentially... you use the game mechanics themselves to make the player think a specific way, to make them act like the character themselves would. Does that make any sense whatsoever?
Yeah, no, you make the character greedy by having their ending based on their ability to collect money.
And it's also why I think Persona does relationships so well, because these people are the reason you're alive in combat. Getting closer to them actually helps you beat the final boss more efficiently. They're useful to the player, which is why they have a reason to care about them.
Or the Ico, in spite of being the worst gameplay type, the worst level style ever, the escort mission. is a beloved game because they do a good job of, you know, it was one of the first to really do the escort thing. And they actually make you like the character enough, and since her death is the end of it, you genuinely care about protecting her. From a gameplay perspective.
Hmm. We got a shiny bed for that one.
Do-do-do-do. A bed of gold. My back is killing me.
I also like to think that Viking helmet from the first level is the same one he used in Wario Land 1 whenever he got a garlic pot. Or Bowl Wario, I think the name was. Okay, that could be a 3 or a 3, a 5, or a 9.
Yeah.
That's
not actually
that doesn't help. Okay, so it's got to be a 5 or a 9 now.
Oh yeah, because the 3. Gotcha. That's not helping.
That's a 9.
Yep. Which is good because we only had one more draw.
Yeah.
Now you can get a good ending on the bonuses, so...
Yeah, the treasures are worth the coins it takes to get them most of the time. Plus
especially with the whole 100th thing.
Yeah, now this map that we're getting from the bonus stages at the end of the levels is very interesting, because you can't technically complete it in one playthrough. You have to complete every single stage, and you can't play every single stage, interestingly enough, because of the branching path system in one playthrough. So if you want to see where this is leading, you're gonna have to go through the game multiple times. That's part of what makes this game so great. It has that mystery of, like, what is the picture? But I think that's a mystery that's better left solved for another time. So next time on Team Pizza Plays Wario Land 2,
we continue to grab money and be a big fat bully.
Until then, I'm Whatthefnu.
And I am hiding from the lawsuit.
We'll see
you next time.
Later, everybody.